Hi, this is Lauren Shields with Fox 47 News. I'm here with Senator Hertel. Senator Hertel, how are you today?
Doing fantastic, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And I hear you are doing a fun little initiative. Do you care to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so we're trying to honor our frontline heroes. And, we have so many people in the district that have gone above and beyond uh, fighting COVID. They've risked their lives, they've had to spend time away from their families. And we want to honor those people during the holidays. And we also want to help our local businesses. We know that our local restaurants are struggling during this pandemic. And while takeout is still available, the loss of in-person dining is difficult, and we want to make sure we honor those local family-owned businesses as well. So we're combining those two for the month of December. And what we're going to do is honor our heroes. We're taking nominations to honor your local hometown hero. If you know somebody who went above and beyond during the pandemic to take care of people, to pick up extra shifts, to really save people's lives. We want to honor those people, and we're going to give away twice a week gift cards to local restaurants, and really just a way to highlight those people that have stepped up. And we're going to honor them on our website. We're going to honor them in our newsletter. And so we want people to come out and nominate those that they've seen do the right thing. And I think it's a small gesture, but it's a nice thing during the holidays to remember so many of those that have stepped up and protected our community.
Absolutely. So, two frontline workers every week through December. So, is that 8 total?
Yes, that's the plan. Um, I don't want to say that if we don't get more nominations, we might try to figure out a different number exactly. But we're starting out at 8. We already have nominations rolling in. We just posted one thing on Facebook, but we need media like you to come out and tell the story as well. This is I love Lansing. I think we all love our community, but we know we have people who really did do a lot in order to protect us, and we just want to find a small way during the holiday season to honor them.
Absolutely. And some of these people, nurses, police officers, but even teachers as well. Are there any other categories you
Absolutely,
can think of?
teachers, people that work at grocery stores that when they were shut down. But we don't want to, we don't want to tell people who the heroes are, right? I mean, like I think part of it is yeah, people know who stepped up in their community, and they've tried to find some way to honor them. We've had so many calls into our office telling amazing stories. I don't want to limit people to just what everybody thinks, but absolutely, the person who picked up extra shifts so that somebody else's family could stay home during this break. Some of our public health workers certainly should be considered. Certainly, paramedics and firefighters and nurses and doctors. But we want people to really think about who had an effect on their life. Who made the pandemic a little easier for them, who stepped up in a time that protected them in a different way. And, I mean, we're all, a funny thing is that there are many heroes during this, and they don't have to be spectacular sometimes. Sometimes people just they became the designated person to go get groceries in their house so that their immune compromised spouse didn't have to. I mean, there are lots of different ways to look at this, and we want people to tell those stories with all the negativity that's going on in the world. It's nice to have a little bit of positivity and talk about the great things that people do.
Definitely. And not only do they get recognized, but they get a $100 gift card to a restaurant. Do they get to choose that restaurant, or is it different every winner?
No, we're selecting different restaurants in the community that are special to us. The first one is going to be Nyang Myanmar. It's my favorite restaurant down in South Lansing. It's the only Burmese restaurant we have in town. The owners are amazing people. They're a family-run business. They're a great American story. They came to this country with almost nothing and saved up money to open up a restaurant. Didn't know anybody else in Lansing when they moved here, and created a beautiful space. So I mean, I mean, this really is about both these things, right? We're looking, no offense to the chain restaurants in the world, but we're looking for really local places owned by local people that we want to highlight as well on the other side of that, because we know that they're struggling. So really, this is about honoring two things. We're honoring small local businesses that have struggled during the pandemic and our hometown heroes. So we think it's a nice way to say thanks to both.
Definitely, I absolutely agree. So where did this idea come from? What led you to start thinking in this arena?
My brother, Kevin, who is a state rep down in St. Clair Shores, is doing some restaurant giveaways in his district, and they're doing the restaurant side of it because they want to support local business. And so we were talking about how we could take Kevin's idea and make it a little different and a little, in my opinion, better. But I mean, he's my brother. I think he's a fantastic public servant. And so we were just talking about it in a staff meeting, and one of my staff said, "Well, what about this idea?" And I thought it was great. So really, it was a team effort on our part. I'm lucky to have great people that work for me, make me look good too. That's really, we're trying to find the idea that we could marry the two, though, and find a way that helps our local businesses, our local family-owned businesses, as well as honor these people, I think is really kind of the magic of it all.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I would ask people to nominate people. So they can go on our Facebook page. There's a email address there. We just want people to send in their heroes and tell those stories. And we're gonna, we have a plan for 8. We're gonna honor as many of them as we find ways to do. This is just a small way to give back to our community.
Absolutely. Do you think you would select more than 8 if you get an influx of nominations?
I mean, that's certainly possible. I know my brother, when he did this, some local people started actually just dropping gift cards off at his house. I'm not asking anybody to do that, but if we get extra gift cards, we can always increase the budget and help more people, honor more people. But I'm not asking for any of those things. We have a budget what it is right now, but I'm not opposed to adding more to the budget if it makes sense. So we'll see what happens.
And what is your selection process? Do you have a team, or is it just up to you? Or
it'll be me and my staff. So we'll read through the selections, and that's the other thing is we don't want to, one of the hard parts of all this is you don't want people to feel bad because their person doesn't get picked. There's going to be lots of heroes, right? And we should and will find ways to honor all their stories, but for a certain number of them, we're going to give them a little extra.
I love it. Thank you so much, Senator. This has been Lauren Shield from Fox 47 News. Thank you again.
Thank you, Lauren.